And all of our courses are high quality. And
What in your mind constitutes low quality? That it's more
dull?
Dull, ugly, kind of like you, Bill. That's what I consider low quality.
Actually, the courses are beautiful. And
So you don't not only hear what the professor is saying about the shout of Turin, but then you see it.
yeah, right.
Because you've added that's
Yeah,
production value.
yeah.
Yeah, we certainly didn't have that when I was a kid. But on the other hand, you could raise your hand and ask the professor a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can raise your hand at least.
Yeah, well, that's an advantage if you're in a small course in a, an bricks and mortar university. But in many universities, the courses are immense. You have 500 students in a course, and there's no interpersonal interaction, and there's no.
Yeah, Bill, what are you talking about? That's only in like little schools. Like he's talking big stuff here. You're still like small. You're still down here, and he's like up here. Like you're being so cringe right now, Bill.
Kind of what your book reminded me of, but
Here we go.
look, I mean, I'm in a different
Here we
place than I was in
go.
the 70s. I've been an atheist, and I felt like I feel like you're a lapsed atheist.
Oh.
I feel like it's a paradox that someone of your extraordinary intellectual abilities is trying to reanimate this dead hooker called religion
Oh.
and bring it back to life in some way or find what's useful in it. Why try to take these?
Because you get false substitutes emerge.
I know what does that mean?
Well, imagine.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Really, bro? The left, like, you know how the left, all this like kind of insane behavior, almost as if they're following some kind of new religion to replace the old. Really, bro? You don't know. You're really that far behind, bro. What is wrong with you?
Imagine that things.
Get it together.
Imagine that your systems of ideas. Imagine that they're either unified or not unified. Those are basically the options, right? And if they are unified, there's something under which they have to be unified. And if they're not unified, then they're in conflict, and that's not good. That makes you anxious. It makes you hopeless. It breeds social discord.
Ideas are in conflict, you're saying?
Yes. If
But ideas are always in conflict.
But that's
but if they're in conflict too much, people go to war and they fall apart.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, look, you want diversity and you want difference in opinion because you want to keep things churning. But
what has made people go to war more than anything? Belief in who's the real God. I mean, religion, I could take any number of reasons why I think it's better to junk the whole thing, but start with religions are supremacist just by their nature. If you're telling people what happens when
you're supremacist by saying that we should forget about religion. You think that you're superior. You think that your way of thinking is superior. Like, you can't just accuse everyone else of being supremacist, but, dude, you're doing the same thing! You could even say, you think the supreme idea is for everyone to not have supreme ideas. It's basically it's the same thing with the whole objective truth thing. It's like you think it's objectively true that there is no objective truth. It just doesn't make sense, bro.
For people who take a book as the guide to morality, it's filled with terrible morality.
The Bush guy.
Terrible morality by what standard, idiot? Your standard? Oh, so who cares? It's all subjective. So who cares? Like, what are you talking about? It's a book of terrible morality. It's like, by what standard are you even judging it, dude? If it's just your opinion, then who cares? I could have my opinion, and my opinion says it's the best. So, like, you're done. It's over. You have no ground to stand on.
Horrendous. The worst kind of racist thing. And they justify it by talking about that
ham.
Well, no, that's interesting.
Ham. Oh, sorry, I'm hungry right now. I was thinking about ham. Sorry. I'm really hungry.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham
Ham
Like-
was the contemporary.
Ham.
But Ham, something think the black line runs from Ham.
Right.
But both of them, again, use
Black
religion
line.
to be justifying what we would today call one of the worst things, racism.
Okay, well, don't look. Right.
Is it
Right. You're exactly right.
worth it to like
No, you're not though.
resurrect that whole structure when it comes with that? It's what I call the one turd in the pool theory. Like,
Dude.
I mean,
Yeah, I
a
was
book that-
waiting for him to say that, dude. You're gonna talk about turds in a pool, like as if that's religion, that's Christianity. You think it's a listen what he
contains
says.
okay, we're okay with slavery. It's terrible on women. It's terrible on homosexuals. It's like if somebody said, yeah, but you know what? There's only one turd in the pool. Jump on in. I wouldn't jump in if there was even one turd in the pool. And I wouldn't want to like resurrect a book and a myth.
But you are swimming in sewage, bro. Like all of your takes are basically like stupid and wrong. You're swimming in a sewage. Like you're saying you don't want to go to religion because there's a turd in the water and all the rest of the water is fine, but there's this one turd, and he's saying, "Oh, I wouldn't even go in if there was one turd." Dude, you're literally swimming in sewage. You're drinking it, bro. Don't even act like
Mythology. That
Why? Okay.
you get me?
Yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing incoherent about that argument. Although
Yes, there is.
I think it still leaves you in an awkward position
Oh
because
yeah, it does.
the postmodernist would say,
It's
take a look.
called an awkward position. It's called being in a literal like sewage tank, dude. That's what you're in. That's literally what you're in.
At your stance and
You're drinking it and you're squirting it out your nose. You're just bathing in it, bro. Don't even act like, oh,
say,
religion.
well, you defend Western civilization, and there's plenty of turds floating in that pool. Well, but
Okay.
right.
All right.
Okay,
You win that.
okay.
Well, it's
you
enough
got me there.
because-
You got me
Plenty of
there.
turds
Well, we look
floating
You
in
back
got
at
me
the
there.
past,
You got
right?
me
And-
there. There. Yeah. So he admits it. He admits. He loves sewage. He admits it. He bathes in it every day. He's a sewage bather. A sewage monster, bro. That's what he is.
But but here's the thing. We can fish our turds out. Like we had slavery, but we fished that turd.
Gross. Really, dude? That's disgusting. Like, really? Be a bit more like, don't be so graphic. Goodness sakes, bro.
Did
That-
what?
Yeah, guess what? The Bible is the water. Like, everything else, the turds. You are the turd. You're the turd in the water, bro.
We did something about it. That's the big argument against religion versus science. It's self-correcting. We can be self-correcting.
No.
Religion-
Okay. This is the thing. Oh, science is self-correcting. So what about the whole, all the gender stuff that's going on? People saying that men are women and women are men. Where is science self-correcting in that aspect? I mean, you got Bill Nye the Science Guy, bro, saying that gender is on a spectrum. Oh, that's more of a Richard Dawkins, but what is Bill Nye sound like? Bill Nye is basically like Seth Rogen. Like, there's like a spectrum of gender. I can't do Bill Nye. But you know what I'm saying. Science is so self-correcting. It's not correcting there, so.
To a lot of people, seems too rigid. I mean, its virtue is that it's set in stone. This is what we believe. This is
okay. That's scientism. Scientism is doing that right now. It's becoming that. It's becoming a thing that, because the science says so, that means it's gospel. Like, you can't question the science. Like, dude, it's you're making such a stupid point. It doesn't even make sense. Like, look at what's going on in the world.
That's what they're counting on, is that people want that sort of certainty about something.
Okay, so
That it's
then
not going to
You-
change. That's what the Pope is
okay,
always.
part of what the genuine religious enterprise is the attempt to identify what that spirit is, that dynamic spirit. And I think that can be done. I think, and it does, it has an affinity, for example, with this idea that it's incumbent on you to voluntarily confront the tragedy and malevolence of life. And that if you do that, it will transform you. And we know that clinically. Like, all the different schools of psychotherapy converged on a few realizations. One of them was that it was useful to get people to get their story straight, you know, to recount their story.
Right.
Another was that if you expose people to the things that they're afraid of and that they're avoiding, that they get stronger. That works. That's how you help people overcome anxiety, for example, social anxiety. It's also the fundamental mechanism of learning, is to put yourself on the edge of disaster and dance there, and that expands you. You use exposure training in therapy all the time. And a lot of what you do when you're trying to help people heal is return to that idea of the snake on the...
You give them the carnivore diet. If you want to help someone heal, you feed them beef, salt, and water. Nothing else. Nothing else. No. Okay? Beef, salt, and water. And maybe some snake meat on a stick.
on the staff. It's like, what are you afraid of?